Today we will be reacting to a tier 4 Patreon pick of the month. This one is brought to us by Mike G. How you doing, Mike? Thank you very, very much for requesting this. Because what he requested is Tony Iommi featuring Skin. The song is called Meat. Skin, not sure I know much about him, but Tony Iommi I know is a mean guitarist. I didn't know that he did his own music though. So I think this is the first time I'm hearing him, outside of the band and just doing his own thing. I don't know who Skin is though. But regardless, taking a look at the description here, uploaded 11 years ago, 26,000 views. I feel like he deserves way more views. But speaking of, if you want to support your favorite artist, if you want to support Tony, be sure to check out his YouTube page, watch everything on his YouTube page. Be sure to open up the description, click on all the links, whatever it is that's in there, and check it out. Check it out. That's the best way to support your favorite artist for free, right? So I can't wait to dive in. I'm very, very curious to hear this. Welcome back to Abigail Reacts.
View discretion is advised. Levels of hype, chaos, and good vibes may exceed normal limits. Thank you for your cooperation, and enjoy the show.
We going straight in.
All right, friendly reminder, guys, I do all my reactions completely blind and on the first and only take. I do have the lyrics pulled up here, so we will be interpreting these lyrics as we go. I'll only pause twice. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Makes me smile already.
You taste what you want from me. You taste all of the gristle from the bones I need to stand up to you, to live up to fools. It's too troubling. Can't take what you like.
Whoa!
Can't take all of the vision that your money gives. Don't be careless now. Just a pretty babe and good covering.
The song gets louder apparently. Well, I have chills.
Dark eyes, beauty's never cheap. Dark hair, dark lips. Maybe that I want to cheat. See my sorry face in this love that fails. It's all good for me. Slick baby, that ain't worry and slick. Where you strong is the ego that I want to test. In your head of lies, got me down to size. It's so credible.
All right. Oh my gosh, there's something that's about to happen there. Okay, this is so interesting. I absolutely love the entire feel of the song, but we will get to the instrumentation after we break down these lyrics. So we just got to the end of verse 2. Let's go over it real quick. I'm not going to do every single line. That's too time consuming. I'm going to pick 2 lines maybe from each part just to get a general gist of the idea. Verse 1, you taste what you want from me. Can't take what you like from me. Okay. The song opens like someone feeling used, consumed, or picked apart by somebody else. The meat image kind of makes the body feel like something being taken from and kind of chewed up and just literally just reduced to flesh. It feels angry and disgusted, like the speaker saying, you've taken enough from me. And then the chorus comes in, which I thought was so cool. I do a sound check like halfway or, a random part of the song. And although the headphones aren't on, I have the volume on to see the meters on my recording software here. So I always do a sound check and make sure that the sound is like halfway through the yellow. It's not peaking in the red. The whole beginning of the song, it was like barely at the end of the green, and I like it a little louder than that. So that's why I said it's supposed to get louder than this. And of course, the second I say it, bow, and the guitars came in, which were incredible. We'll talk about the instrumentation later. The chorus comes in. You can't hide the way you feel. You're just dead inside this meat. Quite the clear, direct, emotional statement. Someone may look alive on the outside, but on the inside, they feel emotionally dead, numb, hollow. The body's still there, but the person inside is crumbling. It's very dark and physical and very uncomfortable, and I think on purpose. Did we do verse 2? We did. Verse 2 says, dark eyes, beauty's never cheap, cut me down to size. So this verse gets into attraction a little bit of ego, and maybe power games, because there's desire there, but it's tangled with manipulation, lies, humiliation. It feels very toxic. It feels like a toxic connection where beauty, anger, control, and shame, it's all kind of mixed together. Cut me down a size. Very interesting. I cannot get enough of the instrumentation here. I mean, it definitely feels dark and heavy and sludgy and kind of nasty, but like in the best way possible. You can, in my opinion, clearly hear Tony Iommi's fingerprint, I guess, all over the song. This guitar tone has that thick, grinding, almost dirty heaviness that makes everything feel tense and uncomfortable, and it's perfect. Yeah, man, it's incredible because this distracted me. It's all credible. It's incredible is what it is. But I'm talking too much. Sorry, let me go back. These lyrics are something else. We'll go back just a little bit here. I will only stop it one more time to finish going through the rest of these lyrics. Let's hear a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Full harmonies there. Tony? Is that you? Oh, yes, it is. Woo! Wowee. Whoa, what a note. Whoa. Okay, so can we talk just a little bit about that solo? Oh gosh, wait, I need to get through these lyrics first. I want to see where we stopped lyrically. I got a little distracted by his incredible solo that I think I lost my place in these lyrics. But you know what? Typically on the second pause, I go through all the rest of the lyrics, whether we've gotten there or not, just because after the second pause, since I'm not going to pause anymore, I just want to focus on the instrumentation, which is my favorite. So we left off here on verse 2, and then they went back to the chorus. All right, so let's start verse 3. Pure fear that you're falling for, these tears thicken the sadness. Okay. This section leans deeper into that fear and sadness that they mentioned, all um, under some harsh imagery. There's someone unraveling here emotionally. The song feels like it's describing a person who's, maybe trying to act cool or strong or tough, but underneath everything is collapsing. The outro, which I don't think we've gotten to just yet, but there's only a little bit of lyrics left. You just stumble, crash, and cry. It's all crumbling. Which she might have said before because it sounds familiar, actually. I could be wrong. There's a lot of repetition here with those words. It sounds like there's no real escape from what's being felt. You can't run, you can't hide. And eventually the emotional truth just kind of breaks through. And it certainly gives the song this heavy, bitter, and exposed feeling. And that's everything. That is all the lyrics. So at the end of the song, we'll go ahead and give a final summary. But what I'm going to pay attention mostly to now is the instrumentation. Skin's vocals are crazy. These high notes that she's just kind of sprinkling in there mid line. It's very, very interesting to me. But we will talk a little bit more about that after. Real quick. I just got to say, the drum and bass in this one, the guitars are obviously the star here, but that doesn't take away from the drum and bass. I feel like it makes the song feel even thicker. They're not just keeping time, but they're here to add to that heavy stomping feeling underneath the guitar riff. The bass gives the song like a deep low end growl, and the drums keep it feeling aggressive without turning it into something overly or super fast. I am here for this all day. Okay, sorry. Let me go back 5 seconds, as we always do between pauses. That was my final pause. So we're gonna go ahead and play it out until the end. I'm gonna keep paying attention to the instrumentation. We'll give you my final summary of what the song's about at the end. Here we go, all the way to the end.
You can't hide. No, you can't hide
The harmonies on no.
You just get inside this beat that you're smothering. You can't run. No, you just stumble, crash, and cry without asking questions why. So criminal.
What a range.
You can't hide. No, you can't hide the way you feel. You can't get inside this beat that you're smothering. That you're smothering.
Can't get over these guitars. Oh my gosh. What an ending, and the chills. Here come the chills. Okay. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to take that all in. There was so much going on. All right. Well, while I have the interpretation still in my brain here. Oh, that looks funny. Oop. Meat. Let's summarize meat. Oh, my foot's asleep. It is a dark, heavy song about feeling used and abused, pretty much hollowed out, and feeling emotionally dead inside what seems to be a toxic connection. Skin, I don't know anything about her, but her vocals added that sharp, almost wounded intensity, while Tony, oh my gosh, his riffs make the whole thing feel grimy, physical, suffocating. It was such a perfect collaboration. I definitely just need to talk real quickly about his solo, which, man, I should have played it twice. I should hear it again. I'm going to as soon as I finish this reaction, but that solo gave the song, that typical Tony Iommi weight to it. It feels less like a flashy break or performance and more like an emotional, part of the song that's kind of like spreading out. It was thick, it was dark, it was grinding, it was full of tension. And that's why probably I would think that Skin's vocals were so perfect in this one. She was such a good match for this because she didn't sound delicate at all here. She brought that raw, powerful, gritty rock vocal that just cuts right through all the heaviness of the song, in general, but particularly cutting through the guitars. That was really, really cool. Her delivery felt angry and intense and, almost confrontational. She's not just singing the words, she's definitely throwing them at you in her delivery. There was a lot of attitude in her voice, and I think that makes the song feel even more aggressive, as it should. That's what the song is about. But yeah, it was just heavy in such a dirty, old school way. And when I say dirty, I definitely mean that in a good way, because these guitar riffs, they just felt like they were dragging across the floor, and then Skin's voice just cut right through it with so much grit and attitude. What a perfect collaboration. Mike G, what a recommendation. I can't believe this song only had how many views? Oh, okay. I don't think it was an official. I think it was a fan YouTube. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Regardless, I had an incredible time listening to this. If you were to ask me what was my favorite part, whoa, no way. So I'm supposed to say the first thing that comes to mind, and I was about to sarcastically say, gee, I wonder what my favorite part was. Obviously, that solo was sick, but you know what also came to mind almost a split second after was Skin and her vocals, which I find very surprising. I've been a fan of Tony Iommi's guitar. The work he's put in with Black Sabbath is out of this world. I think this is the first time I've heard him outside of Black Sabbath, but this is maybe also the first time I've heard Skin. I could be wrong there. I have the memory of a goldfish. I don't have a very good memory, but even if it's the case that I might have heard her once before in something else, I don't think I've heard her quite like that, if my memory serves right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the guitar solo and with Skin's vocals on this one. It was just such an incredible match. and mix for this. So that was my favorite part, guys. Let me know your favorite part of this reaction in the comment section down below. I appreciate you. Thank you very much once again to Mike G for this request. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon link as well as the Discord link in the description below. And I will see you next time. Bye.